This is Audible.
Harper Design and Harper Audio present It's All in Your Head. Get Out of Your Way by yours truly, Russ. I dedicate this book to you. Introduction. You are here. If you have a dream, read this book. If you're flipping through these pages, or rather listening to this, you probably have a little flame flickering, waiting for you to pour gas on it. Something you want to do, to be, to make. There's nothing that's impossible. Music is a lens through which I see the world. I express my truth through my music. Music, to me, is one of the most pure examples of a higher power. You can't touch music. It's a feeling. Music is the soul stripped away from the body in audio format. When you record music, you transcend your body. It's an example of manifesting, bringing something into existence using what's in your head. Making music teaches me so much about myself and the world. But it isn't music itself that teaches me, it's the pursuit of my greatest passion. Whatever that thing is that takes you to a higher level, that connects you to the best possible version of yourself, that helps you live purposefully, that's your passion. But my success actually has very little to do with the music. I'm simply a vessel that communicates my higher purpose. Connecting to your higher purpose is essential. All the tools I use to create my success in music are easily applicable to just about anything you're passionate about, whether it's starting a business or following an artistic calling or strengthening a community. But passion and self-belief are paramount to any endeavor. Your success is directly related to your self-belief. I couldn't even get to the point where I could make a song that y'all love if I was not mentally equipped to go through 10 years of sounding terrible. Sure, now the music sounds good, but that took years, not just of practice, but of delusional self-belief. It was a long process of anonymity, putting out songs that no one heard, and the whole time maintaining an unwavering belief that on any given day I could wake up and discover that my music had blown up. There are 3 essential qualities required for turning your real life into your dream life: delusion, persistence, and gratitude. Delusion will give you faith when there is absolutely nothing in your present life that indicates you should believe. It is absolutely all in your head. Persistence will provide strength to keep going. Gratitude allows you to appreciate all that you have and the achievement of your goals, both small and large. What you think about, you bring about. The positive energy generated by your gratitude will yield more blessings. You will see that your dream will continually unfold. Get out of your way. As far back as I can remember, I've always had pure, undiluted confidence. I was confident in myself before I even knew myself. In high school, before I turned in a test, I'd write 100 at the top of every paper. Yeah, my teachers were not super fond of me. I was voted most likely to make a teacher retire, but I always made really good grades, so there wasn't too much that they could say. When I was 14, I started making beats. Although now I can tell you objectively that they were terrible, back then I thought they were the most amazing beats in the world. Even as a little kid, I was obsessed with being the best. At 5 years old, playing basketball with my brother, I was a veteran shit talker. I've always had this stain of confidence, even when I didn't really know what I was being confident in. So I've played soccer all of maybe 1.5 times in my entire life. The one time was in 8th grade, and it was just PE, and we're outside, and all the soccer kids who are in the class are, playing a game of soccer. Me, being just obnoxious and super confident for no reason, whatever, I'm talking crazy shit to all these kids that play soccer. Keep in mind, I've never played soccer in my life, but I'm talking shit as if I'm the Kobe Bryant of soccer. That was just how I approached everything. There's some people who walk into situations or opportunities or wherever, and they think, I don't know how this is about to go, I'm not that great. Or there's some people who walk into those same situations, and they're like, I'm going to kill this, I'm the best, etc., etc. That's a choice. It's on your head. But we won the soccer game, 1-0. I scored the goal. And so I didn't let any of those soccer kids live that down until we graduated high school. I know it sounds nutty, but I genuinely believe with every ounce of my body that I've never failed. You could say putting out 11 projects and none of them blowing up was a failure, but I don't look at it like that. Where you see failure, I see stepping stones. To win, you need to get out of your own way. You decide whether to be your greatest obstacle or your biggest fan. The secret is being able to ride out the time between when you're the only one who believes that what is in your head is actually going to come to fruition in the moment when it actually does. That period is when everything can go left. It can make the most confident mind doubtful. That's where you lose. You don't lose to a competitor or to an industry or to a boss. You lose to yourself. Defeating your own self-doubt is the biggest obstacle to overcome. At 17, when my best friend
Alright, what's up, family? What's up? We are doing something brand new. This is the premiere episode number 1 of Ethers Master Class. This is where we're going to sit down and we're going to start each video with a clip from someone who has mastered their craft in a major way. They're going to give you their take or their ideals on how they did it. And then I'm going to break down the isms. So I'll break down basically what they're saying and give my own take on it from a spiritual aspect. So the first video that we did is Russ speaking on persistence. Now, basically, Russ is one of my favorite rappers because he came into the game independently. He started off as just a hungry kid in his basement, building everything from the ground up, buying his own equipment, making his own beats because he didn't have the money or the connections to get into the game any other way. So it started with one thing with Russ: self-belief. And this is the one thing that's going to take for everyone. Every one of us who has a goal or a dream in mind that we want to obtain. We have to realize that it's not up to our parents, not up to our siblings, our girlfriends, boyfriends, or anyone around us to believe in our fucking dreams. Like, it's not. It would be nice. It would be great. It would be, we'd feel good if that happened. But it's not up to them to believe in what the hell we got going on. It's up to me as an individual, you as an individual, to believe in your own dream. Why? Because it is your dream. So no one else came to the planet with your ideas, with basically with your blueprint on what you have to do. Like, you came down here with a certain agenda, and everything that you're supposed to do on this planet, you have the tools to do it. Now, some of your tools may not have came out yet. Some of your tools, like every day I'm brushing up on a tool. This is the first episode of the master class. So this is me brushing up on a tool of documenting people, documenting my own life, but this is brushing up on the tool of speaking. So each day or each step throughout our journeys, we're going to be pulling out different tools that we didn't even know we had in our arsenal and sharpening them up to use them to get us to where we're supposed to go. But what we have to realize is, like I said, if we're individuals, we got our own separate blueprints, our own separate purpose, then how can we expect our mom, dad, brother, sister, girlfriend, or boyfriend to really believe in what we got going on when they got their own separate blueprint? They don't know what you have in your mind and in your heart is going to work. So self-belief is number 1. And that's what Russ was really talking about, the belief in self. Before anyone believes that you could do it, you got to come out there with that confidence and know that, nah, I was built to do this. Like, I don't care if this is my first time doing it. Like he said on the soccer course. I mean, it was his first time, but he had that cockiness. I can relate to that because I've been like that in a lot of instances in my life. I've been on the opposite side too, but I've been in that cocky mode where it's like, yeah, I'm about to kill this. And it's my first time doing some shit, riding a horse, and it's like, yeah, nothing. Or doing cartwheels. Just a couple years ago, I learned how to double dutch. My whole life, I couldn't double dutch. And drinking, get saucy, like, yeah, let me jump in these ropes. Bang, and killed it. Just with doing, not overthinking. No, what do they call it? Paralysis by analysis. So that's another thing. We want to stop overthinking things. Sometimes we can get into paralysis by analysis, where you get paralyzed just by overthinking shit instead of doing. So self-belief is the key. And it's actually the belief in your purpose. When you practice self-belief, when you believe in yourself, a lot of times, and now when we're speaking on like Russ, he's talking about from a child's point of view. He went back to his childhood, which you already know if you watch my tarot channel. I'm always big in telling everyone that we have to go back and heal our childhood or heal our childhood wounds, because it was in that present moment when we were kids that we knew what our purpose was and we had the most belief. It's not until we go through different disappointments and different things in life where we start to get our self-belief chipped away at. We start to lack self-belief. But yeah, self-belief is actually the belief in your purpose. So once you start to really hone in on why you came to the planet, why God granted you life in the first place, what are the gifts and tools that you possess to make your dreams come true, that's when you're going to start to really have that self-belief, because you're going to find your purpose. Once you know your purpose, then it's like, oh, damn, I was sent here for this specific reason. So there's no reason to not believe in it, because I know this is actually why I was even born in the first place. So we were all sitting here with a purpose, but most of us never tap into that purpose. Why? Because we're all busy playing the copycat game. Now, for me, I do the tarot readings, but my first and foremost goal is my rap career, my music. Now, that is a very popular career. Everyone wants to be a rapper. Yeah, I mean, not everyone, but that's popular. Everyone wants to do that. Now, for me, it's not something that I stepped into because of its popularity. Actually, I got into it a little weird. I wasn't even allowed to listen to rap music. So I think that even charged my love for it up. Like, as a child, I was not allowed to listen to that shit in the household. But thank God I lived in the middle of the ghetto. And when you walked outside, in the time era I grew up, you walk outside, you got the speakers in the window, shit's blasting music. So I had nothing but hip-hop, Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Biggie. And I mean, all the greats in my ear as soon as I walked outside. So I couldn't escape hip-hop. Even if I wasn't allowed to listen to it in the household, it was around me. It was like God, the universe, letting me know, like, no, I don't give a fuck what your parents are saying. This is going to be a part of your life. You're going to need to learn this. So even though hip-hop is a popularized career choice, it's not something that I'm doing based upon popularity. It's not something that I'm doing based upon following the trend. It's something I'm doing because I know it's my purpose to create music. So once we get into really, we fall out of not following, and this could be like a lot of us were raised up under parents and they did something or had a certain field and they want you to do it. They were doctors, so they expect you to be a doctor. They were lawyers. No, it's not about following. It's about, why did your individual soul come to the planet? Once you figure that out, you're going to be able to take off and have self-belief. A lot of times we lose our self-belief in the things that we're doing because the things that we're doing aren't meant for us. We're doing them to appease others, or because these things look cool or they seem like a good way to make money. But if it's not aligned with our purpose and things start to go wrong, we won't have the extra steam needed to carry on that self-belief if it's not aligned with our true purpose here anyway. So you want to find your purpose. You want to be able to begin to tap into your purpose. This is because to know thyself is to know God. So once you start to tap into your purpose, you're going to be building a stronger relationship with the Creator. Now, the best way to do this is by yourself. A lot of us are so over-consumed with the outside world. We're always having company. We're always on the phone. We're always talking to others. But it's not until you can really build a strong, healthy relationship with yourself that you build a strong relationship, healthy relationship with the Creator. Because even when you're by yourself, there's no one around. Like, I'm by myself. I'm talking to y'all. But when I get off of this, I'll be back by myself. And guess who else is with me? The Creator. Like, I'm never by myself. I always got the Creator. So the reason why a lot of times a lot of us can't tap into our purpose on the planet is because we're always around other people. We always have outside stimuli activating us. And if we're not going into our own spaces and having our own alone time, then we never get that time to communicate with spirit, with our spirit guides, and tap into what our purpose is. So you definitely want to be alone to tap into your purpose and, suck in all that juice. I mean, your spirit guides have a purpose for you, but if you never sit down at the conference table to have this discussion, then you won't be able to find it and tap into it. So it's in this process of finding your purpose and knowing that you can bring it all into fruition. So this is once you figure out what your purpose is, this is going to give you that juice to have that self-belief. So when things go awry, like with my studio, so much shit has gone awry. Like, first of all, my first little mixtape run, I didn't do a whole mixtape. I dropped singles. But the first run of singles, I wasn't even supposed to drop. They were not to my necessarily liking. Now, I like the songs. I make good music. I make intelligent music. I make fun music I make music of all sorts. But that first run is not what I wanted to drop. I actually took my laptop somewhere and the person broke my laptop. So I went for like 2 years without a laptop. I was going through a lot of shit, didn't have the money to invest in that. I was just going through a lot. So I had to make do. I knew what my purpose was. That's the thing. If I didn't know that my purpose was to make music, I'd be like, oh, fuck, it's over. But during those 2 years, I tapped in, started doing the marketing. I started doing a lot of stuff. Like, okay, I was interested in credit, learning that. So I started doing credit talk. Like, let's follow me while I build my credit up and give out tips. Bang, that didn't really work. I'm like, nah, not that. So then I started doing other shit, like more motivational talks. Like, nah, not that. And this is more on that. So this is kind of coming back into the forefront. But then I ended up finding tarot and doing that. And this was to build a brand. And all the while I was still writing music, still honing on my craft. And out of nowhere, 2 years, 3 years later, things start coming back into play. I get a computer. Everything just starts rolling back in. And instead of me throwing the whole dream away because I never knew that this was a part of my purpose, therefore I never had the self-belief in it. So if let's say I never thought that music was my purpose, I never really believed in it, I would not have had the gumption to keep going with 3 years without even being able to make a song. Like within that time, I dropped every single that I made within that time period. So that rode me up to at least 1.5 years. So that gave me like 1.5 years of content. Then I shot a video at the end. That rolled me out for like 2-3 months. Then I started tarot. So I've been able to keep myself very current in my mind, knowing that this is all for the music. Why? Because I know that I'm here for a purpose and music is a part of that purpose. Therefore, I have the juice to keep myself motivated, to have that self-belief, because I know it's not just about me. Like, I was put here on the planet for this. So remember that you must begin to ponder what your purpose is. You have to begin to ponder. You have to begin to take that time out to be by yourself, to believe in yourself. Once you identify your purpose, you must know with all of your heart that only you can bring that shit into fruition. Only you came down here to bring your purpose to the planet. So it's your birthright. Nothing can stop you but you. You know what I mean? So this goes back to what Russ is saying. Like, if you fail, it's because you didn't believe in yourself. And it's not up for others or up to others to believe in you, to give you self-belief. No one can make you believe in you. Only you can make you believe in you. So finding your purpose is key when you're going to be going after your goals. Persistence is the key. So find your purpose and stop at nothing until your goals are achieved. All right, y'all, I'm out. Thank you for watching the first episode of Ethers Master Class. This is episode number 1. We will be back. Episode number 2 is Les Brown. So we're going to get into Les Brown. But I appreciate y'all. As always, much love. It's your girl, Jen Ether. Class is out of session.